Am I filming? Oh, yeah. Welcome back, friends. Today, I swear to God, I am like rejuvenated, revived, and alive. It's like one of the first days that we're having that's really cool. No humidity. I think it's only like 69 degrees and it feels fantastic. Hope you've been having a great week as well. And enjoying your weekend, depending on if you're viewing this on whatever day. But I have something with me in that black bag right there. See that right there? You might have got a sneak peek at the brand. But that's okay. We're trying out a new shelter today. I'm coming to my favorite local spot. I will be bringing you to my secret spot that I found in the Freetown Fall River State Forest. So let me hike on up to my spot. I'll see you in a few. So this cot tent system is a two-part system. Right now I'm just going to focus on the cot. The bag is a good size, generous, and I'll show you afterwards. Everything fits in there nicely. You don't have to worry about stuffing it in a certain way. This is the cot body. These are the legs. These are the side supports that feed into the cot. And these are the brackets. And what I like about these, they come with little elastic bands. I just leave those hanging on in the middle so you don't have to worry about it. It just kind of, as you can see, kind of keeps everything together. They do have arrows and takes the guesswork right out on which way these should go. It's pretty simple. You'd figure it out anyways, but they do have that. So let's get to setting it up. So in real time, I'm just going to show you how easy it is to set up this cot. The cot has the logo. Flip it over because that's going to be the surface that you lay down on. And don't lose the elastic. Throw it in the bag. So just lay the canvas out. Put the pole system in together. And what I like to do is just set everything up first, so then you could just do it, put it all together. So put the poles together, nothing crazy, pretty simple. So next I'm just going to put all 4 brackets together and I'll show you one up close. So you just kind of just take the elastic off. There's the arrows right there. It tells you which direction, and there's just tension. Get on there, elastic. So that's how you know. And then I'm going to open it and just get all 4 ready. And this is how you open it right there. And that's going to be how it locks. So let me get all 4 of these put together. Let me just show you how easy these poles slide in. You'll see they slide in from the end with the little tab. Just feed them in on the sides. And then they have these little pockets that they just kind of tuck it into in the corner. Pretty simple. And right on in the corner. Get in there. All right, and then let's just feed in the other one. All right, this is already open, so I'm going to take the end that's not the bracket or the one that locks, just put it right on in, feed it into the other side, and pull back. And lock, whoops, and just pull back and lock it into place. Boom. And that's going to create the tension. So let's get the other ones on. And it's not hard, it's just my hands are small. So, all right. But anybody can do this. All right, anybody. You'll hear it lock and click into place. Boom. And let me just flip it over and show you like I already did. It is designed to sit flat. You can see the bottom right here. So if conditions are like way too soggy, whatever, you can still be up off the ground. Just flip it over. It can rest on these flat spots. I used it already without the legs. And without the legs on, you're at about 8 inches off the ground. Or is it, no, hold on, let me get a better reading. About 7.5 inches off the ground. I can show you. You're not touching the ground even when you're on here, so. And I'm sure you can figure out how they go in. Just make sure when you're putting them in, you just hear the click. Just click them in. And this is as easy as it is. Hear that? Just push them in until they click. And we're gonna go all the way down. Sorry about the weird angle. It just works. All right, click. There you have it. As you can see, you can grab it by the feet. They're locked in. And it is pretty light. The weight will be right down there on the bottom, but there's no problem moving it around. Let's see, what do I want my head end? It doesn't matter, but I want the Nightcat logo to be up at my head end. Not that it matters, it's just a preference. Right there. Here it is with the legs on, as you can see. I'm going to move it into a different position, but just wanted to show you. It's a nice, good height for sitting. What I like about this system, as you already know, it can be used together the way it's designed, or you can use them separately. And I like the multifunctionality of it all. So you could use, like I said, the tent on the ground, but for today I'm going to show you what it looks like out here today on top of this with the legs and the fly sheet, the whole thing. So anyways, the clearance you get with the legs on, about 15.5 inches maybe, depending on the ground surface, whether it's soft. It's a little soft out here, so there's that. All right. And this is the tent right here. And we're just going to put that on. I had this in the backpack. It's really small, so I am going to be using this independently on its own. So what we have here, we have the fly sheet. We have, everything was bundled in this blue rope, but I don't need it. You have these, they give you these, I mean, they're cheap, standard shepherd hook pegs. They have a little point on them. They feel all right, but I mean, they use different pegs. If you have better pegs, use better pegs. So they give you 4 of those, and they also give you some guy line with some tensioners. So there's that. All right. You have the pole system, all in one. And you have the tent body and some colorful step-by-step instructions that is basically a good guide. That honestly, this thing is so simple to set up, as you'll see. Put that in the bag. Put the fly sheet out of the way. Okay. And it's so easy. Look at this. Just unfold it. Figure out where the door is. There's one entry, so there's, looks like my door right there. And we're almost done, believe it or not. And I'll bring you in closer on how this goes, but I keep them clipped. Just loop on the corners. And this is a freestanding tent. And that's it. Just to show you a little bit closer, all 4 corners have these straps right here. And a little clasp right there that you can feed that through and tighten it up afterwards, but I just kind of leave them all on so it's easy. And as you can see, they also have grommets, and that's where the poles are going to go. And then if you want to use the rainfly, then they'll clip right into here. So let me show you how the tent goes up. These are the poles. Pretty self-explanatory. Just put it all together. Pretty much goes together anyway. And I'll put the specs on screen. I believe they are in aluminum. Has like a little hub that everything connects off to, and these are your spreader bars. Let's put it on. In all 4 corners, just connect into those grommets. So you're going to connect the other ends on this end right here. And I know, you're not going to break it. This is what it's designed for. And I just find it easy to hold it in the middle of the hub so you have better control. Yeah, on that end. And then put the other end. And that's it. There it is. That's it. And it just clips all together. It just simply clips together. It's like we're making a fort. That's what we're doing. Fort awesome. And on the top, this spreader bar has these little red tabs. Where is it? So you're just going to connect them into there. A little loop. Connect it in, and same on the other side. If you don't like its location, pick it up and move it. You can do that. Nice. Then obviously it has these little tie outs that you can roll up your screen. So I'll do that now. Do you roll in or do you roll out? It's like the toilet paper thing. I roll in, like up and over. So here we go. Not that it matters, just out of curiosity. But this is what it looks like. And it has a little standard, little ties, little toggle material and some toggle. One up here and then one right here. There's the toggles right there, and on the inside, I would say this is the head end. This is the Nightcat logo underneath here. And I would say this is, you could sleep on whatever end, but they have a nice generous pocket right there. And as you can see, this whole entire thing is mesh with some fabric. There's my backpack right there. So, yeah, totally breathable. While I'm showing you the pole system, let's also look for any kind of loose threads. Not seeing anything. The zippers are not YKK, but they work and they're not sticking. So that's all I care about, really. I'm not seeing any loose strings or anything like that. Way cool. I mean, this ground is pretty soft. It's years of, pine needles and everything, so it is soft, but it's not sinking into the ground because of the equal weight distribution along the whole entire length. It's not concentrated on one particular pole, so to speak. When you're on it, it disperses the weight throughout all of the legs, so that's nice. But I mean, obviously you wouldn't be out here pitching it in soupy conditions. But yeah. So for me, I just wanted to show you, I have everything in the tent. Obviously I got my table out here, but my feet come to about right here. My backpack is there. The cot bag is here. The tent and the fly is there. My food and water bottle is there. All right, so we're back out here again. I showed you what the tent inner looks on top of the cot. You've seen it with the fly on top of the tent on top of the cot. Today we're just going to focus on the tent, and I'm going to set it up freestanding as a tent without the cot to show you that you don't have to have the cot. You can take it with you. And yeah, I have it packed in the backpack, so let me get that out and set it up. I'm going to just put a ground sheet down first. It's just a personal preference. I happen to be camp ground sheet. A lot of people either for or against it. I like to try and protect my stuff as much as I can, so that's just me, personal preference. I'm going to throw it on the ground. So today I'm just going to use a ground sheet. This is a lightweight ground sheet. It does not come with the tent. It's just my choice, so it's really lightweight. I'm just going to throw it down. It is a pretty fairly flat surface. I don't think I'll need the whole width of this thing, so I'll just kind of do this and see what we got. All right, so I didn't bring out the cot today. I only brought out the tent to show you what it looks like as a freestanding tent on the ground. I'm gonna just roll it out. I'll probably put the door facing that way. Door. is on the cot, except on the ground. All right, let me get this up. All right, so as you can see, it looks the same as it did on top of the cot, but it's not on the cot. Instead of the loops underneath here that connect onto the corners of the cot, you're just going to use the ends to stake them out in the corners. All the poles go in the same way, and the fly sheet is going to attach to these buckles on all four corners. So that's what it looks like. Anything blue, that's just my ground sheet. So there you go. There's a nice vent in the corner. I'll show you that once you get it all set up. Looking slightly stealthy. I like it. And tighten it up after. How tight this is. I'm going to have to make some adjustments. There we go. Trying to get it onto where the spreader bar is. Alright, that's about right. Let's get this clipped in. Nice. Obviously you'll have this guide out. That's why it looks like that. But that's what it looks like, just on and clipped in the four corners. Nightcat logo right there on the end. Each end has an air vent. Just lift that up. There's a bar right here. It's a little Velcro bar right there. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, trying to do this one-handed in film, you know. All right, there we go. So, as you can see right there, these are all clipped into. They're all clipped into the corners, and you can tighten up each one. You don't have to have them all clipped. See that? So there's the vents. All right, so I just wanted to show you this configuration right here. At the zipper point, I have this rolled and tied right there. I think I asked you earlier, do you roll over or under? It's kind of like the toilet paper question. I roll over and under this way. I don't know, in my head, I think it shields the rain better. I don't know. It's just a personal preference. Are you over or under? But anyway, so this is the vestibule that I created by having the right side of the fly sheet open. You could obviously make it bigger, depending on if you used a bigger stake or a pole. I used all the stakes provided to guide down the tent. So I just made a little stake just to show, out of wood, just to show you. That's the provided piece of paracord with a little tensioner provided. And that's what I did. Like I said, you could get that higher. Some more buckles right there for tension. And yeah, and I'll put some gear under there so you can get an idea of the capacity. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. So there you go. There's my backpack right there. That's a 55-liter pack. All right, let me get in. Nice. So this is what it looks like with me all the way in here. So that's nice. Good ventilation, it looks like. I mean, if I wanted to, I could leave this open if I needed a little bit more. And in the wintertime, I imagine this would hold in a lot of heat because there's just a lot of, outer covering. All right. And this also has, you can do this as well, a couple of straps. So you can imagine if it's raining or something like that, you could take down this end over here. You could probably, put another stake out that way and have another area. You could do your cooking, right in here. Obviously, they don't suggest a flame, but be careful. I mean, we're all doing this. Make a little something on your stove or something. And yeah, I could see I'm going to be using this in many different ways, especially like on the ground too. The cot, I will be using that, but I like the fact that you can use them both together as they're designed to be, or separately. You can use the tent on its own, you can use the cot on its own, put it in a different tent, whatever. The sky's the limit, whatever you want to do. I also wanted to show you the back real quick. As I was appreciating, it does have skirting like all the way around the edges right here. So I want to show you that. It does have the skirting to, for the rain. But in the back, it also has another guy line and a tensioner. And you can pull this whole body, of the fly sheet out and away. So you can create even more airflow, through the tent.